We got an all-star stacked card top to bottom throughout the duration of this evening. We have tempers and tensions are heightened because we're headed to pay-per-view next month and everybody's looking to stand out.
I just assume everyone's angry because they're in Cleveland.
Introducing first, making his way to the ring from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 182 pounds, the apex of combat, Lee Moriarty.
One guy that's been angry for a number of months is the self-described apex of combat, Lee Moriarty. He's had his issues with Gregory Iron, the handicapped hero. You see in Lee's hand, it's a copy of the Gregory Iron Prime Cuts Best Of DVD. And Moriarty has been parading that around for a couple of months now because Moriarty's upset that Gregory Iron received a welterweight title opportunity before he did. Moriarty blames Iron for the fact that Lee himself is not number one contender. But if you remember back to the Welterweight 2 pay-per-view, it was Iron who was injured doing ringside commentary, and it was Lee who picked a fight with Greg, not the other way around. That distraction kept Lee out of title contention.
I still think that Lee has a very good point as to why he is as angry as he is with Gregory Iron. Let him explain it.
Glad we're laying out for this one.
I'm not out here to argue with you. This isn't your time. This is my time.
It's his time, Joe. So shut up.
I'm out here to talk about why this guy, the handicapped hero Gregory Iron, got a title shot before me after costing me my title shot at Welterweight Wrestling 3. Shut up! Your haircut sucks! I can hear you! But you know what? He lost because he's a loser. He can't stand to see someone younger and better than him reaching the top faster than him. Inspiration. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Doesn't matter. Shoot it. Shut up.
Focus, Lee.
Sooner or later, I'm getting my title shot with a welterweight championship. Anything Gregory Iron can do to stop me again.
How obnoxious can one person be?
I mean, he has some valid points.
Would you like to name what the one valid point is that really caught and spoke to you?
I would, but shut up, Joe. We have a competitor here.
Well, Ace Austin is one of those individuals that has that proverbial ace up his sleeve and certainly very nimble on his feet as well. We saw Ace Austin at Welterweight 1 in the Battle of the Aces against Ace Perry. Of course, Ace Perry went on to win that matchup and that one-night tournament to be the first welterweight champion. Ace Austin was victorious over Buku Dao in Welterweight 2, and this is the first time we've seen Ace Austin in our sister brand Premiere. But Ace Austin is gearing up for Welterweight 3 as well. It's Sunday afternoon, April 29, 5 p.m. Eastern on Fight.tv, FITE.tv, and at welterweightwrestling.com. Lee Moriarty hoping to be a big part of that event as well. And this is about momentum here. We're going to have a worldwide pay-per-view audience watching. Ace Austin is in the best physical shape I've seen him in. Lee Moriarty is always in great shape. Calls himself the quote-unquote swelterweight, Jay Worth, as Austin traps Lee. Calls himself the swelterweight because of how close he is to that 185-pound weight limit. Hey, it looked like he broke the scale for a moment back in the Welterweight 2 weigh-ins. Lee is very proud of the fact that when it comes to the welterweight division, he's usually got a size advantage.
Yeah, well, and you can see here he already has a slight size advantage. And when you're a welterweight or a swelterweight, I mean, every inch, every pound matters.
Certainly does. It's an even playing field for the smaller athletes of the business, and we're going to see a locker room full of 185-pound and under rising stars. April 29th, and Ace Austin and Lee Moriarty will both be looking to steal the show as you see the quickness of Austin with the takedown that time.
Where did he get that cane from when he came in? It just appeared.
It did. I'm not sure.
Is magic allowed in wrestling? I mean, dark forces and whatnot?
The bell hadn't rung yet, as Austin with the drop kick. And Moriarty is out of sorts right now. Moriarty loves to stress his discipline and his focus, but he's been anything but so far in his comments toward Iron and his treatment of Ace Austin. Lands on his feet that time, though, great agility. But Austin maybe a hair quicker in the early going, and it's Ace's high now as Ace on top.
Oh, nice stunner through the ropes there.
Innovation, modification. Austin is thinking outside the box, but Lee able to trip him up before Austin can go high risk, at least for a moment.
He was trying to get this crowd to clap for him, and that was the mistake. You don't need this crowd to clap for you. Ooh, nice kick to the mush.
You can check out that balance of Austin. Lee went to use the momentum to send Austin face first into the apron. That was countered, but Lee counters the drop kick with a hard right hand of his own.
When in doubt, punch a guy in the face, Joe.
Can't argue with that logic at this juncture. And we've seen a breakneck pace from both these athletes, but we've still seen some great counter wrestling from both sides. As again, it's can you top this in the early going? Two very young, very innovative future stars of the sport.
Good hard chop right to the back of the neck. Lee Moriarty looks like he's out cutting heads.
And those shots will sting without a doubt. Austin sent back in, but sends himself back out.
He hit the rewind button.
The ability of these athletes to switch directions is second to none. Austin is reeling, but he could be looking to take a chance. And Lee goes springboard.
He stood there and he clapped to the crowd, and it gave Lee Moriarty all the time he needed to clear the cobwebs.
Cover for two. And a second time.
Nothing against Ace Austin, but he needs to learn that he's in a wrestling match, not a magic show or a clap-along. You want to go to a clap-along, there's a Paw Patrol show somewhere in the country. I'm sure they'll let you clap along.
I'm sure they appreciate that plug, as Lee now ties Austin up into the ropes. Check this out. Austin is just tied into a ball at this point, and Moriarty mocking Austin and showboating.
Well,
Austin got himself free, but just in time of being the receiving end of a drop kick, and Lee is really proud of himself.
I mean, wouldn't you be? You just tied a guy up like a pretzel. How often do you see that?
Lee not making friends ringside.
Well, because this is a competition in making friends.
I understand. But Lee can get distracted quite easily. Again, Gregory Iron was minding his own business when Lee decided to pick a fight with him. And these fans aren't doing anything that's not allowed. They're standing on their side of the guardrail.
Yeah, they're kind of rude. You keep saying obnoxious. These fans are the obnoxious ones. If they just shut up like he would ask.
I think Lee did a little more than ask.
He asked repeatedly because they wouldn't shut up.
Duck in the corner, and Ace Austin now fires away. That martial arts discipline of Lee just leaves a lot to be desired. That's all I'm saying. As Austin charges him with a knee, Moriarty slips underneath, stacks him up. Looked like he was pulling the trunks as well.
I think he was just trying to get some leverage.
That would be why you would pull the trunks, yes.
Have you ever practiced any martial arts, Joe?
I can't say that I have, but I don't think if I did it would resemble much of what Lee did.
No, but you don't know what the discipline's like. You're trying to judge something that you haven't really experienced, you haven't really done. I mean, as a longtime practitioner of Jeet Kune Do, I can see the discipline and the work that he has put in. Look at that. Just like Bruce Lee.
Well, cannot argue with the cover here. 2 count only. I can't argue with the speed. I can't argue with the impact that Lee Moriarty displayed, but you got to get up to the resolve of Ace Austin as well, who was able to kick out at 2.
I think Lee Moriarty said no. You can argue with it, as it turns out.
Sorry, I tried.
I mean, I don't blame you.
And again, this is where Lee gets a little bit too full of himself. Austin counters. Austin has some educated feet in his own right.
I was going to say, a good interception of that fist.
Austin still in his early 20s and connects with a kick right between the eyes of Moriarty.
Spinning around like he's making cotton candy, Joe.
Austin has been on a meteoric rise throughout the Midwest and East Coast for quite some time. And now, speaking of a rise, he rises through the air. A Fosbury flop, and Ace Austin's feeling it.
All the way up the ramp. Oh, I thought he was just leaving.
No, not at all. That welterweight spirit won't let somebody walk out in a fight without a doubt. This is certainly a highly competitive battle, but we're far from being done. Austin's going to take another chance. It's a rewind again with that reverse splash. Nobody there that time.
And again, took time to play to the crowd. And Lee Moriarty had plenty of time to recover. Right up until he took a foot to the face. And now there's the fighting spirit.
And can you imagine what it's going to be like when we've got 30 guys like this in one locker room on pay-per-view April 29th?
When is it?
That's Sunday, April 29th.
That's on Fight TV, right?
Without a doubt. And I know you'll be watching, and I know that there will be so many fans and aspiring welterweights watching to see guys like this do what they do best as Austin fires away with the right forearm and Lee reciprocates.
I gotta say, you don't see the welterweights go into fisticuffs too often. At least just standing there trying to slug it out with each other. You tend to see them work more with their speed and their quickness than their guts and their power.
Yeah, our athletes are certainly multifaceted, but it's not often you see those slugfests break out. But we're seeing it here as Moriarty and Austin are even keel and both down.
You can hear the frustration in Moriarty's voice.
Are you watching, Greg? Huh?
That's a message to Gregory Iron.
I'm gonna beat him with your move.
Well, Lee, I guess, is going for perhaps handicap parking, that flatliner Greg Iron has used for years. He sets it up, and Austin counters midair.
Double lung blower.
And again, the distraction caused by Gregory Iron, who's not even in the building this time, has thrown Lee off, and Austin has renewed life.
I'll say.
Oh, gosh.
Kick right to the gut. Lee Moriarty's giving Greg Iron all sorts of free space up in his head.
Finish him, Lee says. Oh, and he may have. The backbreaker connects. Lee's going to put away Ace Austin and get some momentum.
1, 2, 3.
Lee's had a great effort tonight. Lee's in a good mood right now. He survived this matchup. I give him all the props in the world. But I think there's a due or two to be paid. If you excuse me, Jay Worth, I'll be back in a moment.
I'll stay here. Joe's gone. I'll say it. I don't blame him. Gregory Iron has it coming. I don't believe Lee Moriarty's absolutely right in this. Yeah, thumbs down. Joe's not here to stop. Look at those dance moves. I bust that out on occasion. There's someone to spoil the fun.
It's not a good idea to correct me. First of all, no. I hope you paid for that DVD. Gregory Iron, One Armed and Dangerous, available now at Joe-Press. I noticed you come out here, you have a lot of inflammatory things to say about Gregory Iron. You blame Greg for all your problems.
There's one thing, Lee Moriarty, you might not know about Greg, and sometimes he's got a little bit of a temper. Sometimes he can get just a smidge angry, just a trifle perturbed. And Greg happens to be angry at you. You don't seem intimidated? You don't seem bothered? Well, we'll see. We'll see what kind of manhood is displayed in competition, because you've got Gregory Iron live on pay-per-view welterweight grade.
I don't know. He doesn't seem too happy about that. Don't worry. I'm sure that fighting spirit's back there behind the curtain. He's going to go get it. We'll be good.